Today I'm going to go back in time and have a quick peep at the original moon landing. And in doing so, we're going to highlight the absurdity of the current so-called moon landing known as Artemis. It's taken a bit of a bashing already, and rightly so. But we're going to delve back in time today. Like I say, and because we do, the reflections of the past don't bode well for the future. So let's have a look.
If you really took your finger and poked hard at it, you could poke right through the outer skin of the spacecraft. It was about the thickness of 2 layers of aluminum foil. But it's the kind of thing that you were reasonably cautious that you didn't jab any pointed objects through.
The skin of the lunar module is so thin that you could punch a hole right through it.
The skin, the aluminum alloy skin of the crew compartment was about 12 thousandths of an inch thick. That's equivalent to about 3 layers of Reynolds wrap that you would use in the kitchen.
You don't just build something and hope it works. You study to see what the threats are, the environment is, and then you say, how thick do I have to make the metal on the spacecraft so that going through this kind of radiation or these kind of meteoroids, it won't get hurt. And then we build it that way.
You could punch a hole right through it.
Need I say any more? Yet we're expected to believe that craft did ludicrous speeds, hundreds of thousands of miles away, in a terrifying environment. And yet you could punch a hole through the shell of it. And that, of course, explains why when Buzz was questioned about how terrifying his journey was to the moon, he responded in the manner in which he did, because it would have been terrifying, traveling in a craft that you could punch a hole through.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest? It didn't happen. It could have been scary. Circuit breaker.
Would have been absolutely terrifying if the official story was true and you travelled and landed on the moon in a spacecraft that, in NASA's own words, you could punch a hole through it. Well, like you said, you weren't scared because it didn't happen. Trust me, Buzz, we know, fella. And of course, looking back at the old moon landing is all we need to do to debunk the new charade known as Artemis. And then when you address the footage like we have done, looking at Artemis, it's a cut and paste charade lapped up by gullible, naive individuals. The game is so up. Oh dear.